we're going to be continuing from approximately level 20. I expect to run Tamtara today, maybe Copperbell Mines. We'll see where we get to. Okay. I'm still in my costume from the Halloween event, which I'm gonna have to switch out of because the stats are pretty bad. The glorious life of an adventurer. Oh no. Okay, so I'm picking back up in Gridania. And let's see. And the Tamtara Deepcroft. Let's see, what else do I have to do? There's a couple of quests over in Aleport. Oh shoot, I should really equip my gear. Did I actually save my gear set? Ah, safe. Oh shoot, I actually don't have a crafter leveled, which means I can't repair my own gear. It's such a weird thing. I'm kinda accustomed to it. Where is the repair guy? Mender, here we go. Success. Alright, now let's head over. Oh, well that was fast. Tamtara Deepcroft it is. Wow, that's creepy. Well, it looks like I'm probably the only new person here, technically speaking. Since I don't see any other green leaves. So, let's see, what else has been going on recently? My raid group kind of broke up, which kind of sucks. But we're working on finding new people to replace the people who are leaving. Yeah, this dungeon, like actually a lot of other dungeons, including Sastasha, has a harder mode where you come back to it later and visit it again. The hard mode story for this one is really interesting. This version is kind of a little tame, being just about the Lambs of Dalamud moving in and doing some cult thing which is never completely explained. Apparently we're doing a full clear. Which, I mean, I suppose I can use experience. And I have a cat who desperately wants to be in my lap. Hi, cat. Let's not pull the pole in front of the tank. That's generally considered poor form. Wow, that rogue is really loud. Most of the treasure chests in these low-level dungeons, except for the ones in boss rooms, don't really have very much interesting in them. You will very occasionally get loot out of them, like i.e. equipment, but most of the time they're just potions or ethers, and you really don't need as many of them as you actually get. They're very good for an oh no, you know, something went wrong, I desperately need just a few more hit points to finish this, but a lot of the time they're just not useful. It used to be that ethers were really useful for black mages at level 50 because they enabled a good AoE rotation, but unfortunately when they released Heavensward they didn't add new levels of medicine, so now popping an ether as a black mage doesn't actually give you enough new mana to do anything with it. Essentially. The thing is that recovery things like potions or ethers are on the same cooldown timer as stat boosting potions, like potions of intelligence and such on, and it is generally much more useful to use a potion of intelligence and get boosted damage for 15 seconds than it is to use a ether and get maybe one more spell cast off at best. They've said that they're going to adjust that so that people may be more incentivized to use recovery potions in the future. We'll have to see what they do with that. I'm really, honestly, kind of surprised that they changed the DPS, or the rotation for black mages for AoE that much. Because, I mean, you were basically drowning in ethers that you could use to do your AoE rotation if you wanted to actually incorporate them, because they were continually dropping in dungeons. So it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like, oh yeah, if you don't have enough money, then you can't be a good black mage. It was just a nice thing for speedrunning dungeons, but they just totally killed it in Heavensward. Confused a lot of people, I think. A lot of the other changes in Heavensward were pretty interesting. They honestly just made it a lot harder to... Well, they didn't make it harder to AoE as Black Mage, but they didn't give Black Mages any new AoE functionality. And then they gave Summoners tons. So now Summoner is the best AoE. Like, they beat out Black Mages. When it used to be that Summoner AoE was just really useful if you had 3 targets or less. They were excellent for 2 or 3 targets, but were not so great anything above that. Maybe 4 targets? I think Bane went to 3 targets, so that would be fine. The AoE turnover for Black Mages is 3 enemies, but since a lot of classes don't get strong, any AoE at this level, for instance, Dragoon has, I think, no AoE at this level, most Black Mages don't AoE, because at 3, I mean, it's still better to AoE, you're doing more DPS as a whole, but if the tank isn't ready for it, then nobody's really going to be happy in the end run. So I usually stick to single target in these lower level dungeons. I mean, unless the tank is pulling massively, then of course, you know, I'll go along. Oh, the rogue used Goad on the tank. Goad is an ability that rogues have that it basically regens TP for the target. And for most tanks, well, for Paladin and Warrior specifically, TP is very important. And I certainly don't use it. The only thing I use TP for is sprint to run faster, which is nice, but hardly a requirement. Oh, I won the loot. It's completely useless to me. Though it won't be forever. Aww. think if we don't use it, I think I'm gonna blow the limit break on the... There's a kind of... Well, it used to be more of a nasty pull before. A lot of people seem to have gotten used to it. But I may use the limit break there. Flesh fly swarms. That's cheery. That sounds like something I want to tangle with. I'm just glad I'm not the tank and I'm not taking whatever they're... Yeah, I don't see any abilities from the flesh fly swarms, so... Nothing like infest. Which would be kind of nightmare fuel. Pretty solid group, though. Much better than the Sastasha run that I was in. Oh, this guy has the Lord Creator title, which means that he's done a lot of Leave quests. I mean, a lot. That is an amazing amount of Leave quests. So... Oh, I don't want to be in that. So he's probably pretty experienced, even if he's only level under 20 on his tag. I might consider sleeping here, except that because the tank is a marauder, his primary area of effect threat gain is something called Overpower, which, since it does damage to the enemies, it'll break sleep if he hits them with it, and he's almost certain to. So it's not really worth it. That doesn't help. He is level 27 Marauder. So yeah, he's got a bit of experience on this class. I mean, experience isn't a guarantee that the person knows what they're doing. I've had a couple of bad experiences where people... I mean, I had a bad Stone Vigil run the other day with somebody who just could not hold aggro worth a damn. I don't know whether or not he hadn't gotten Shield Oath, or whether he didn't feel like using it, or what, but it was just terrible. And Stone Vigil is one of those, is a brutal dungeon where if you don't know what you're doing, you just cannot get through it. It's pretty unforgiving. Several of the mobs, including the biggest and hardest pulls, the mobs are immune to sleep. So there's no trying to cheese it by just taking down one at a time while having the rest just stand off. It's pretty difficult. The thing is, though, Rogue is incredibly flashy. when compared to black mages who look like they're attempting to throw their backs out. We seem to be doing okay. He's hitting the groundsman, so I probably ought to hit that too. And I'm almost level 21. That means I could go off and do Halatali too, which is one of the side dungeons. It's the first side dungeon that's available, the first optional dungeon. There are a few of those. So, optional dungeons, there's Halatali Karn, which is only optional until you're level 50. Then there's Cutter's Cry, and then Smael Darkhold and Aurum Vale. So I don't know, a third of the dungeons are non-optional, or optional. You know, actually, how about I be weird? Just like start fire 3ing these things, or fire 2ing these things. I mean, there's a lot of them. Oh god, I keep forgetting these damn soul counters are here. At level 21! Woot! Wow, I'm down to 1 level's worth of rested XP. A little surprised. I was expecting to kind of hold out a little bit more than that, but, you know, guess we get what we get. So now this is the one real, totally serious boss battle in Tamtara. Creepy bridge coming out of nowhere, and then here comes the huge purple orb. And it's a mind flayer. Okay then. So the secret of this boss is that he goes invulnerable 3 times, I think? A few times, because of these imps. So you have to kill the imps, and then kill him. Basically, no, you can't just ignore the ads and burn the boss. That's not a thing that they're okay with you doing on this fight. helps if I actually target the right enemy. Here comes the flashy limit break by our rogue. Oh, it's another Acolyte's robe. Did she just start dancing? Okay, so I can't get another Acolyte's robe because I already have one. I'm gonna commend the tank because the tank was great. Okay, so... And I got some commendations. Not complaining. Alright. So I need to go back and report to Mion. Oh man, did I do my level 20 quest for Black Mage yet? Class quests... no I have not. So I should turn this in, and then probably go do that when I'm unlocking Copperbelt Mines. It went very well. Why, thank you. Yeah, a few of the others seem to be having some more trouble. That's not good. Oh, they're going after the healer. I've totally had tanks do that to me. I've also had duty finder groups like that. Wow. That is harsh. Okay, now that is pretty creepy. Like, yeah, that's kind of out of bounds. What? 12 parties breaking up because of a death in 6 days. I hope that's not quite as bad as that. Yeah, let's move on to more cheerful topics. Oh, Momodi. Oh, Momodi knows me. Sure, sign me up. Let's see. I'm already wearing those. I mean, the sip black dye would be kind of nice, but I think I'm just gonna take the money then. So, this quest you were talking about. It's practically going home for me. But I know her. Okay. So let's teleport. Well, actually, now I can just return. Return to Ul'dah. Ul'dah, the returning. There's a new anime collaboration supposed to be coming out between Stan Lee and Studio Dean, I think. I've just remembered it because the name of it, the Project The Reckoning or something like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it got bad reviews, but I actually rather liked Hero Man. It was over the top, but... Hello, Momodi. Well, I do seem to be doing a lot of work. Yes, we shall. Oh. Right. I'm not accepting headgear. Okay. Talk to me, Momodi. Into a copper hell. That's cheery. Alright. Oh, it's Papa-chan! We know each other. Yep, I'm here to save your bacon again. Yes, details are important. I'm not a mind reader. Huh. I seem to remember something about that when I was questing over near Horizon. Hecaton chairs. That's a little bit unnerving. Yeah, I can kind of understand why they'd be upset. How does that work? How did they survive down there? Are they immortal or something? Or is there some way that they can... Sort of understandable, eh? Oh. Is it their descendants, or is it actually the same hecaton chairs? Oh, I suppose I don't have much choice. That actually makes me feel worse about it. Will do. Painted Mesa. I wonder if he's a Rogadean. Okay. Oh, he's right here. He's standing right behind me. Hello. Yes, I am. Oh, somebody waved at me. And now, in hindsight, it looks like maybe they shouldn't have thought to reopen it. Yeah, kind of a fair assessment. I think there probably has to be a better place to mine at this point. That there has to be some other solutions rather than... Yeah, but whatever. Alright. Well, it is what it is. Let's hurry down and do my thaumaturge quest quick. I still like seeing the pumpkins everywhere. Hello, Kokobuki. Oh wow, that's a nice increase in magic damage. The Mage Slayer? No, I've been kind of out of town. That's terrifying. The threat of perplexity. Read to me this chapter. Oh my god, the alliteration. Oh my god, and every single chapter is all about flames, ice, and lightning. Basically, it's like a couple of sentences of, look at how awesome we are. So, look out for groups, huh? Is that what I'm supposed to take away from this? Think so. I don't know. I mean, he seems pretty successful whether or not he's multiple or not. Translation: I want a tank. Oh no. It's the possessed one. That is such a weird speech. Not impediment, it's like quirk. I'm not suspicious of this at all. Very well. Sort of. He's possessed. Alright. So, out the gate of the Sultana. I want my chocobo. I could have my chocobo if I was just forwarding the plot instead of running around in Ul'dah. But doing your class and job quests is incredibly important, and I know that. Several of them unlock important abilities, and they certainly give me better gear, which is always nice. If you don't do them, then you can find yourself at level 40 without, or level 41 without having Shield Oath, and then your party members will be unhappy with you. Class quests and job quests come every 5 levels, of course, at level 1 as well, until you are level 50, and then at level 60, or level 50 through 60, there's one every 2 levels. They wanted each level to feel like, every 2 levels to feel like 5 levels, I think, or 10 levels. They basically wanted the feel of the Heavensward content to be equivalent to going from 1 to 50 again. So 5 levels then. I could just jump down this. There's no... I mean, you hurt if you fall from a large height, but it can't kill you unless you end up either in combat at the base, or if you were in combat before you jumped. So, technically you can just jump. I usually... well, I'll do it when I'm high level and I don't feel threatened, but I'm a little bit more cautious around this level. Stalwart swordsman. He's not nice. Oh, he's Rugadean. Alright. Uh-huh. Okay. So, looks like I need to go up to the top of the stream. Okay. And there's a boss fight going on right now. So, let's see. Hello, Mr. Corpse. Just gonna check you out. It's not gonna tell me what I found, just that I searched them, apparently. Here's the last one. Kinda looks a little bit like the Guildmaster. But then again, Lalafels. And if you're not looking closely... Bloody bracelet. Oh, that's cheery. I don't think most people respond to that with he.